Oh shit, I've had my mic muted. Oh dear. I was about to say I apologise there, Rototo. I've had my mic muted the whole time and I didn't even know. Well anyway, CYP took the win after Roto's got his penalty. Sorry to hear about that. Pate G in third. Connor will be happy with fourth. Hauser fifth. TP sixth. Papel seventh. George 8th. Yeah, and the rest is just. Yeah, I had my mic muted for the whole race. That's embarrassing. Yeah. I muted it before, so like to prepare to go live, and then I forgot to unmute it, didn't I? So before we start, I will randomise the grid as before. Grid editor, and I'll just go boom, boom. So this will be the grid. We've got Santagistu on pole, your mum second, Papel third, Pete G fourth, George fifth, Monkey Week sixth, Black November seventh, Rotard 8th, TP 9th, CYP in 10th, Harzer 11th, Connor 12th, and Ninja Hazard in 13th place, as I think Frandy has now gone for his championship. Yes. I think he's left for his AOR Champions Cup thing, which he really wants to win that, as he won the first round last week, so good luck to him for that. Losing the back end like crazy. Yeah, there was a massive crash in turn 1. Not really sure what the cause was. There was 3 or 4 cars involved though, and yeah, that's gonna there's gonna be quite a few. I feel like there's gonna be quite a few of them with the pace differences and the random grids that we're gonna have. Ooh, ooh. Hello, Frandy. So this will be interesting. We ain't got actual propellers here, so we've lost 2 drivers since the last one. I'm not sure. But my odds are either on Rotard yourself or CYP. I think you two are the only 2 that. I think you're the 2 I'm tipping for the win of this championship, really. Fastest lap, but forget about your fastest lap, Frandy, because we're going about to go to 5 red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix in the dry this time. And Santagistu on pole. Imagine Santu's got a chance. And away we go. We've got Marcus in second, Papel in third. It looks like there's going to be less contact, but well, that went to plan, didn't it? And we've also got the other McLaren of your mum there. Who are you? Banter them. Who are you? I'll never know. But let's get back to the race. There's lots of squabbling for positions. Oh, way down for there's a Williams, and I think that's CYP going for an optimistic move. We've got Rotard in 4th at the minute. And there's a Sauber round, and that would be TP Darkstar who's gone round. Ninja Hazard is in 10th, but something happened there. Oh, this is looking very cool. Who lost the front wing? I think it's the McLaren of Ninja Hazard, but he's still going to try and make the move, and he's got past a lot of him there, and he's into P8. There's a great move by Ninja Hazard there. We've got Connor 7th, CYP's managed to get his way up in 6th unscathed. Mocking Weeks is up into 5th. Yeah, it was pretty confusing too much. Someone took outside line, someone took the inside line, and they're all coming together like that. So it's a bit of a hard one, China, to get right. We've got Black November in 3rd, known for his aggressive defending and attacking. He's going to try it around the outside of Pate G, nearly punts him to Narnia, but manages to keep it on track. We've got Rotards also going for the move, and that does not work, but they managed to get through. Oh, they managed to get through, and that daring move from Rotards may get him up into 2nd place. But look at this, CYP is going to try and make the move, and doesn't quite try it. And as you can see there, Pate G has lost so many positions, it's untold. As he's gone down to 5th place, and Mocking Weeks will be looking for the move. But CYP, you know, manages just to avoid him there, Pate G. I thought they were going to be coming together there, but they manage it. It's great racing from the 2 of them. Now we have CYP looking for Black November's blood, and I bet you'll be chomping at the bit for that after what happened in Hungary in the last race, where Black November is now under investigation to leave even the league itself. We'll see how that turns out very shortly, but Back to the race, we've got Rotards in second. Santu has pulled a gap that looks like it won't be closed because we're coming to the end of lap 2 now, onto the straight. Oh, that's the back end. And it looks like he'll be keeping that lead and becoming the race winner of this one. But Rotards has kept it consistent as in second. We've got CYP now looking to get past the Black November for P3 in the final podium position. That is very defensive by the Black November, but going down the inside, will CYP have the move? They come together, but here that was more Black November coming across behind CYP, but it all funnels out quite nicely, and that is CYP into third place, and now be looking at Rotards. And we have Peg G also there. Connor losing the back end to Narnia, and then we've got Mocking Weeks, who's made a mistake because he's dropped further back than before. But let's keep an eye on this battle between the two McLarens of Your Mum, Ninja Hazard and Harza, going nose and tail into turn 1. That could be very dangerous. But it all fuddles out nicely. But Your Mum going for an optimistic move down the inside of not only Ninja Hazard but Harza as well. But it is note that Harza and Ninja Hazard have both got front wing damage, whereas Your Mum hasn't. And that is why he's funneled out into 8th place. I like saying that word, don't I? Ooh, back end McGee. But going back to the front of the pack, we've got Rotards in second, CYP third, and Santu, the other Finnish driver, in the lead of this race. And it looks like he's going to come round and win this one. But as long as there's a race to be run and corners to go round, you never know in Formula 1. As we're going to be coming round the final couple of corners on the last straight. Is any battles? Looks like it's all spread out now. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be this. And my supposedly co-commentator partner there in 8th, by the way, he was meant to be commentating but isn't. But we're going to come across the line with Santa Giusto, it seems. Unless he has penalties. Fingers crossed. He doesn't. He's going to come across the line and he will win. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. He will win the second race of this sprint championship, Christmas sprint championship. With Rotards in second. CYP has got third. We've got Black November, yeah, 4th. Pick G has come 5th. Connor Inverg 6th. Mocking Week 7th. Your Mum 8th. Harza 9th. And Ninja Hazard rounds out the top 10. So that was quite an interesting race. You know, turn 1, it looked quite dangerous. We're all one side. They were all one side and one side. They were all going to come in, meet in the middle at some point, and that's what happened to unfortunately Papel and Pick G there. It's always going to happen. But Santu, we know he's got the pace to win races. He's got some extraordinary pace. It's not even funny. Pick G actually did have a penalty, so yeah. A 2-second penalty, so it didn't affect anything. If it had been 3 seconds, then it would have been. Actually, no, it didn't really matter, did it? Yeah, but very interesting race. You know, Rotards would be happy with that one, I'm sure. Santu, after the first race where he was nowhere really, will be really happy with that one to get a win on the board. And CYP will be definitely happy to keep on this consistent run as well. As you can see, this is championship. CYP is now leading Rotards by 4 points. We'll randomise the grid before these lot get a bit impatient, so we'll do that now. So we've got Harza and Paul, Black November. It's always getting his good positions. We're going to kick that band person. I don't know who he is. Band. Goodbye. So this is the grid. Papel up there as well. CYP 6th. Rotard 7th. Could be very interesting. Pate G's gone to be at last, unfortunately for him. Yeah, I'd expect that, really, to be honest. There's a couple of people that could, if they got into the lead of the race, probably run away with it. Like some Mocking Weeks, I feel like he could have the pace to win something here. And Santu definitely can win races. He's definitely been on the pace more recently. He's been really, well, he's got the last 2 pole positions by quite a bit. So in the SLR Tier 1, so he's definitely got pace to challenge at the top, but we'll see. It should be very interesting. As now we're moving on to round 3, Bahrain. It'll be interesting when we get to tighter circuits like Monaco, where people are active, because I'm expecting a couple of punts and stuff like that. Some like big accidents, to be honest, like a roadblock. Any messages? Except for Papel whinging at Pricky G for killing him at the start. He can't catch a break. See if George can actually do something. Come on, George, you can do it, mate. He's feeling very up. But we've got Hauser on pole, Black November second. Very interesting front row. And it's going to be 5 lights. And it's out and away we go. And Hauser gets a decent start. Black November is second. Actually, Hauser gets a shocker. And Black November's running side by side, wheel to wheel. Goes really defensive. But Hauser goes round the outside. And that is very smart by Hauser. He takes the lead. We've got the Williams there of Rotards battling away. It was going 3 wide with TP Darkstar and Black November, but it's all falling out nicely, and Rotard has found himself into second place, unless Connor can make something of that. No, we're going to go head further back. CYP is in the walls again, and oh god, oh my lord, is that Santu Gistu? That Santu Gistu was spanned to Narnia, and George has lost some of his front wing again. Well done to you. Santu has retired from the race. Unfortunately for him, we have a 2-second penalty, but Jesus Christ, they're going aggressive, aren't they? Go away from Santu. But CYP, is he looking okay at the minute? We've got Ninja Hazard in 7th, he's doing well. Yeah, at the minute, we've got CYP and the Ferrari, not the best camera view, but CYP looks to be unscathed and be looking to work his way now on the field. But Black November, we'll be looking to try and stick with Rotard and try and make that move. TP is no slouch either, so we'll be looking as well. Connor has dropped down to 5th. Pick G from last is now in 6th. Ninja Hazard and CYP. CYP goes right round the outside of Ninja Hazard in that McLaren, and that will be 7th place for CYP now, and they'll be looking to get, well, somewhere near the podium at least in this race. So that's what it's capable of. We've got TP in 4th still. Harzer, has he done anything? No, but we're going to get a battle for the lead, it seems. Harzer and Rotards are, what's the word, converging towards each other. Let's stick with that. I don't know what it means, but we will stick with it. They're going towards each other either way. They're coming in. I don't know what the word is, but yeah, I'm not a very good commentator. Black November is 3rd, but we're going to keep an eye on this battle for the lead, because there's a battle between this Force India and the Williams. And on his day, Harzer is really, really quick, but I know how fast Rotards can be as well. At the same time, as he's obviously still leading the Tier 2 Championship, despite not being in it anymore, or the points to staying there like before. But Harzer seems to have got some decent exits recently, and he's pulling away slightly. Is any battles close? These 3 are really going for it. CYP, Conenberg and Pake G. And if you look now, CYP is trying to make a move, not on just one of them, he's trying to go for both of them, isn't he? No, not quite. And he just about holds on, does Connor, and that could have been dangerous for CYP. But now it looks like with the straight line speed CYP has, he's going to get the position, and that is going to be P6 for CYP. And he'll be looking, oh, is Connor going to be looking? But CYP actually, that was close. He was looking for that move on Pake G, but there goes Connor Inberg. He's going to try and go right round the outside of CYP, but CYP just about holds on to the position for now. Yes, he does. Anything to note of the lead? We're going to keep on battle with this lead now. Keep on battle with the lead. That's English. We're going to keep on board with this battle for the lead. We have Rotards in 2nd, Harzer in 1st. Harzer, but this will be testing his mettle, seeing if he can actually win a race. And it's gone down to 2 temps now between Rotards and Harzer. Rotards tries it around the outside with DRS. Harzer defends. Rotards round the outside. Harzer down the inside. And Harzer manages to keep his Force India ahead of the Williams for now. Judge Porridge has got 2-second penalty for exceeding track limit. Oh dear, Georgie. But Rotards is now going to try it with only 2 straights to go. We're going side by side, coming through the last corner. We don't know who's going to win this. and Hazard does late on the brakes, forces Rotards onto the curb. There's a bit of wheel banging, but who's got the best straight line speed? It's going to be Rotards, and Rotards, is he? No, Hazard's won by 25,000 seconds. It looked like Rotards had done it then, but Hazard manages to pull it back in the end to get first place by 25 hundredths of a second. Oh, that was very close. We've got Black November third, quite a third in the end. TP Darkstar in fourth, Pig G in fifth. Oops. CYP sixth. In the end, couldn't quite get a peak. Ninja Hazard seventh, Mocky Mix eighth. Connor must have had a right mare, finishing ninth, and Marcus rounding out the top 10. Yeah, that was pretty close, to say the least. That was very close between yourself and Harzer. I mean, yeah, I thought you'd had it. Literally, I saw you ran outside and I saw your nose was literally ahead by a little bit, and then somehow he got it back. And yeah, that was great battling though, I've got to say. Throughout the field there were some good battles. Really enjoyed that one. But well done, Harzer, you know. First win of this championship. Maybe he can do something, you know. As Rotards now takes the lead by 6 points to CYP. Harzer third. Peck G fourth. We're going to change the grid before and everybody else. Everybody's up. Boom. Mocking Weeks on pole from Santu. Rotard. CYP's not getting this smooth of this, is he? Mid-pack again. George in last. Well done. I think Mocky Mix will be fairly happy with that. Santu as well. That could be a nice battle there. Up in the front. Marcus will be happy with fifth. I hope it changed it. I hope it changed it then. Because if it hadn't, I'll be in a bit of trouble. Because I didn't save it. I don't think I saved it. Damn. Come on. Work. Either way, it's raining. I may have not changed the grid. I don't know. If I haven't, I'm sorry. I'm just saying that in advance. But I hope I have. If I have, it would lead to an interesting race. Ren. No, I haven't changed the grid. What an absolute muppet. Anyway, Harzer's on pole. Back November 2nd. Kind of like before, third. And this time, Harzer does get a good start. I'd just like to say this is an accident. But anything could happen in this turn now. Oh god, there's a Ferrari. And there's a Williams. And there's a bit of bish bash bosh behind. And CYP's managed to get himself into 5th place. 3rd place. Oh god, what is this? Oh lord above. Oh lord. Has CYP lost his front wing? No, he has not. But Rotard is leading either way from the Black November. TP Darkstar, CYP is in 4th. Harzer's dropped down to 5th. What's happening behind? There's a Wild Pig G. As God, George and Marcus going at it. As Conor has binned it somewhere. He's just retired from the session because also the front wing, and there's a sandwiched Ferrari and a Wild Ninja Hazard in the wall there for a second. Or was it? Oh, Marcus! Oh, bless him. Oh dear. He's retired from the session. Santu's in 6th. Hazard's 5th. November is in 4th. We've got the Williams now on the... That was very close by the Sauber there of TP Darkstar and CYP, but yeah. Bish bash bosh. I know. I know, I said that. I actually said that. Bish bash bosh. CYP is in third. Still looking at the back of PP Darkstar, but we're going to have a look at this battle here between the Mercedes, Force India and Sauber. And it's quite interesting to see that Black November's holding on from Haza and Santu. Santu will be the fastest of the lot from what I know of him. So I'm expecting that to close up. But we've got TP Darkstar ahead of this massive train. We're going to stay on board with CYP as he's looking to make a move, and that is a corner cut if I've ever seen one by CYP. It'd have been on the limit. It looks like Rotard has got this one in the bag. Should we turn some telemetry on actually? No, don't need that. So we know what's going on, and CYP is looking for a move on TP. Obviously he knows he's got time, but you got Black November who's now got a 2-second penalty, and Santu who's got a 2-second penalty. I need to have a word with Papel, because apparently he took him out. Don't take people out on purpose. Sorry about the lack of commentary there. I didn't see anything from my POV, but we've got CYP looking at TP Darkstar. CYP's actually got a 2-second penalty as well. It's corner cutting heaven here, as Rotard has gone, really. He's just blasted off into the distance. But we're still looking at his battle between CYP. That's an interesting line. I've got to say is he's lost the position to Black November now as well, so that could cost him at the end of the day. As CYP goes back down the inside of Black November. Black November tries to hold it around the outside, has to run wide, and he's been disqualified. Oh my lord, I didn't expect that. Oh god, there's something happening in the background. Oh, that's okay. Because we now only have 9 runners left. We have Mokimik 7th, Peak 6th. It's all spread out now. Haza, oh no, it hasn't quite. CYP is looking at TP Darkstar, and Haza's looking at CYP. So we've got this little battle here, so we'll keep an eye on this to the rest of the race. Charter bubbles up. What's going on in the old chat? We have CYP still looking at TP, but not quite. So I think it's going to remain like this. TP will be getting his 2nd place, it seems, unless he bottles it. Obviously, TP had a really good start to the Tier 2 Championship, and he's doing quite well, to be honest. He's doing okay in this championship, to be honest. So it looks like Rotard is going to come across the line to take his 2nd victory of this championship in Russia, and there he goes. With fastest lap as well, unless something else has to say something about that. It says TP Darkstar's won, but no, it doesn't. Okay, that's just a bit of flag. CIP in 3rd. I think he'd be pretty disappointed with that, even though because his main challenger Rotard has won the race. So I'm not sure. But obviously Rotard is ahead in the championship at the minute. So it'll be interesting to see how CYP responds in terms of pace wise. Maybe this is a bogey circuit for him. Because he didn't do very well here in the SLR race. It's after this he does well, like Azerbaijan, tracks like that. So it'll be interesting. But well done Rotard, mate. You know, 2nd win. Even after penalties. yeah. So, Rotard, TP, CYP, Harza, Pate G, Santu, Mocking Weeks, George, and Papel will round out. Well, actually, Ninja Hazard gets a point. So, that's your top 10, and everyone else retired. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't really. I thought it was. At first, I thought it was lag. I'm like, what's going on? But anyway, let's change it so it actually is this time. So, random. Hauser's still on pole for third race running. Ninja Hazard, George, Connor, your mum, Papel, CYP, and Rotard, you are last, my friend. Confirm changes. There we go. Yeah, I saw that. Everything just went to pot, didn't it? It just all went. I saw everyone in turn one like span round or went deep, and then I'm like, everyone's coming together, and I'm like, what's going on? So you did get a bit of luck there, but you know. I've had a word with Papel now, so hopefully he'll take note of that. Another raining race. They love it, don't they? It's chucking it down. See, look at that. And we also have who's on pole? I can't remember. Hazard's on pole, isn't he, from Ninja Hazard. So he'll fancy his chances to finally get anywhere because he likes rain. I don't think he likes Spain, from what I know. But he does like the rain. So here we go to 5 red lights. Hazard on pole from Ninja Hazard and George. And it's lights out and away we go, and it's a pretty decent start by Hazard. Ninja Hazard gets away as well, as he's nearly on the grass there. He's on the grass there, he's risking it, isn't he? As he's actually dropped back quite a bit. He's into 5th, 6th, 7th. Ninja Hazard has not had a great start whatsoever, and he's had a bit of contact with the Black November. And he's back up to 4th, so he'll be pretty happy with that. But your mum will be even happier. I mean, 3rd place for him. He'll be pretty happy with that. Rotard is up into 11th, CRP's in 8th. We have Conenberg in 2nd, Hazer in 3rd. Papel is retired from session. He's lost some front wing. We have Mocking Weeks 12th, Rotard's in 11th. And you see the spray, Jesus Christ, as Santu Gistu squeezing past George Porridge there and managing to keep it on the track as George has, well, he's died, hasn't he? Unfortunately. We've got CYP 6th from Ninja Hazard. Has he binned it? He must have done something. He's lost a hell of a lot position, down to 8th. So he will not be happy with that. But someone will be happy. It's Conenberg and Hazer, who are really, really getting away from the field now. As your mum is in 3rd now, ahead of Pate G and Black November, CYP. And then we have Jesus Christ, Santu, Gistu, TP Darkstar on the other Sauber. Rotard is trying to make a move on TP, and he's trying to place his car nicely, but he's ran out of road as TP, and unfortunately for him, as Santu will lose back in, he's going to lose that position. Any battles up ahead? Can we see any car? There we go. So it is full wets out there right now. Rotard hasn't made the progress as he's been doing over the last couple of races. To the delight of your mum has actually left the session. Oh, I hope he can join back quick. As we've got November now in 4th, Pake in 3rd. He'll be happy with that. Connor will be even happier as he's challenging for the lead with Hazer, and Hazer is on the verge of winning the 2nd race of this championship as he won in Bahrain, which I'm sure he'll be very happy with. But we've got Conenberg closing all the time on Haza, as he's not feeling the pressure whatsoever. As you can see, he's running at. Obviously, also I'd like to know that Connor is running assists. Just I'll put that out there. And Haza is using. I don't know if he's using. Yeah, he's using. In the league, he doesn't use anything as far as I know. Yeah. Any battles further back? We've got the Black November and Pake G. And also we've got CYP and Santu Jistu going nose to tail. But we're going to keep an eye on this battle for the lead for now. See if anything unfolds. But it looks like on to the third lap as Conenberg sets the fastest lap of the race with 1:35.5, which is pretty fast from my knowledge. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Rotard is now in 7th and he's closing in on Santu Jistu. As CYP starting to get away now, and after the Black November, as George Porridge has got a 3-second penalty. Oh, George. Yeah, he gets CYP in 5th, having a little bit of trouble. He's sliding there. But back to the battle for the leader. It looks like Haza has got this one. Because Conor is closing, but not enough for what he needs. And who the hell are you? Leave. Green Shakespeare, whoever you are. As we've got Pake G 3rd, Black November 4th, a very tired 6th. Biff is CIP, and Rotard has got his prey firmly in his sights. Something's happened, Santos. He's lost some front wing. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. We've got Rotard looking at PG, but we need to talk about the battle for the lead, because this is what's going to be the main thing, because Haza is going to come across the final corner now. Will he bottle it? Will he bottle it? The answer is no, because he's going to come across the line, and unless his penalties say otherwise, he's going to win his second race of the Christmas Championship, and penalties don't say otherwise. Pake G is going to come 3rd, Black November 4th, CYP 5th, Rotard 6th. Your mum manages to rejoin and come 8th and be pipped by TP after your mum had a horrible last corner. Mokimik's 9th, and Santu Jistu will round out the top 10, and unfortunately for George, yeah, bless him. I think he's had enough of life. I didn't see too much in the first corner this time round. I'm going to wheel more out like this. Yay. But well done to Conor Inver getting his second place there. Pake got 3rd as well, held off the Black November. Haza ended up winning, which is well done to him as well. Your mum, I'm sure your mum would have been a whole lot further up if he wouldn't have disconnected. Even though his best lap was 140. I don't think that's representative. So we're going to have a quick look at the championship. So Rotard is leading from Haza by 13 points. CYP is 14 points behind. Pake G 4th, TP 5th. So let's kick whoever his name is. Kick. Because I don't know you. You're not meant to be here. Grid editor. Let's make it quick. Work. Mocky makes Rotard. Ninja Hazard. You won. Yeah, there you go. So Mocky Mix starts on pole from Rotard's in 2nd. Yeah, you got 2nd. So not quite pole position, but close enough. Also should be getting Frandy back around half past. So that'll add a bit more of a race, let's say. I know he has the pace to win something here, but obviously he won't be here for half a minute. And we do have a dry Monaco. Quite surprising, to be honest. I was expecting, I would have been like to be in a wet Monaco, but I'm expecting quite a few retirements in this one. As we're about to get underway now, we've got Mocky Mix on pole, if I remember. Yeah, I think so. Mocky Mix on pole from Rotard. So it'd be interesting to see how Mocky Mix deals with the first corner here. Actually, no. Where's Rotard? Why is Rotard last? Wait. I don't understand. What's going on? Didn't it save? Oh shit. Oh, and Mocking Weeks, you've caused a pile up. CYP's dead. Negan has joined us. CYP is well and truly dead. And so is Rotard. No, he isn't. Wait, what's going on? Wait, how is Rotard leading now? Well, I'm so confused. Oh, I'm so confused. But your mum survived. Who's that in the wall? The Mercedes. Black November. George is an 8th. Harza 7th. Ninja Hazard 6th. TP 5th. Peak in 4th. Your mum holding off. Who is it? Peak in 4th there. He's hit the wall. He's in the wall. It's your mum and fuck knows where he's going. Sorry about language. We've got Conenberg in 2nd. And Rotard's leading by an absolute country mile because I don't really quite know what's going on. 1 minute it was last, 1 minute it was first, and your mum has binned it, I'm presuming. No, he's actually just retired because he gave up with life. Ninja Hazard actually pits. Mocking Weeks locks up to Narnia. See, this is what would happen in our league races if people didn't practice. George decides the wall is his home, but he's in 6th. I mean, kudos to George. We're going to return to. Well, this isn't really a battle for the league. Got Connor 2nd, Peak 3rd, Arza 4th, TP 5th, George 6th, Mockabee 7th, Papel 8th. Is there any battles in general? I mean, the closest battle on track is TP and Harza, and that's quite a margin. So we're just gonna wait. We're just gonna. I think we'll watch Pig G and Connor go around for a bit until something happens. As Connor Invig's actually pit. Is he sped? Is he sped? Has he got drive? He's got no front wing. So this is quite interesting. I don't really know what's going on, but Harza's gone up into 3rd, Peak in 2nd on last lap. Connor's going to come out in 7th. Oh god, that is an accident. Mocking Weeks and George have killed each other into turn 1. I think Mocking Weeks died, but George has survived. And that allows Ninja Hazard to close up. We have a battle, even if it is for 7th place, and it's between Ninja Hazard and Mocking Weeks. And and he hits the wall, does the McLaren, but he manages to squeeze past just about. Because we're getting a lot of lag there, so we'll move away from him. And we're getting a lot of lag in the lobby in general. Fix your game, Codemasters, as we've got Harza under pressure now from TP Darkstar. But Rotard has won the race again. Peak G 2nd, it seems. TP has binned it. Oh, TP! No! How could you do that? Which promotes Connor into 4th somehow. Harza is going to finish 3rd from Peak G in 2nd. Well done to him as well. TP's binned it. Ninja, that means Ninja Hazard will be 5th. Mocking Week 6th. What's going on here? Having a right ding dong back here, aren't there? Everyone's got no front wing. We've got them. What is going on? Mocky Mix has decided fuck life. I'm not 100% sure. I did see him blowing up in turn 1. I didn't even know you was leading. I thought you was in last. Because that's what it said on the score thing. I went down to your name and it said it was last. And I was like looking at it gone out, like what's going on? I don't know. We'll soon find out if I get a rage message. But you won for now. We've got Pete G second, Haas a third, Connor fourth, Ninja fifth, Mocky Mix sixth, Black November seventh, Papel finished in eighth, CYP ninth, and George gets the final point. Yeah, there was quite a bit of lag there for some reason or other. Next we'll have Canada. So let's change the grid. Boom. Your mum pole. Oh God's sake. George in second. Ninja third. I couldn't have read that better. Oh dear. Jesus Christ. Also Negan's joined us. So we'll have a quick look at the championship. You've got 112 points now. It's from Haas's 89. Pate has got 78. CIP won't be happy with his total at the minute. It's fair to say. No, what I'm doing is, and I've used this for a long time, it's not a first thing. I use remote play and I stick it on my computer, and then I use OBS, and then obviously I can use my graphics on OBS. So, no, I don't use a capture card. I've never used capture card. I can't. No. I've never bought one, so it's not the first time I've done this. It's the first time in a while, but that's not the first time. Black November left the session. I reckon he'll be back. Big connection. Be interesting to see what your mum does off pole, because we've got Thingy in second as well. George in second. Should be quite interesting. Alright, Canada for the 6th, 7th round of this championship. We're going to go to 5 red lights with your mum on pole, George in second, Ninja in third, and then we've got Connor fourth. But we're going to look at a lead as we've got a bit of lag there, especially from Ninja Hazard, who manages to squeeze past into second place. Your mum gets away well and retains the lead of the race. It's a McLaren 1-2 at the minute, with Rotard looking at third place. Fourth, third now is... Oh, George! No! That's a travesty. No, Georgie. He's still going round, luckily for him. We've got CYP in fifth, who's on a mission right now. Connor in fourth. Rotard's now looking at Ninja Hazard, fourth position, and Ninja keeps it down the inside, keeps it nice and clean, shows respect to the driver of Rotard, but Rotard manages to go right round the outside, which is quite unusual to do around the hairpin, but he manages to get the position done. As Black November has left the session again. I think he's having connection issues. Hopefully they'll be back. And as we go round for the first lap, it is your mum who surprisingly still got the lead, despite a very slow lap time, which I think my granny could beat. Obviously, it's only the first lap. Rotard to be surely going to close that second gap down. Ninja's in third. TB is dying. So I don't know what's up with him. So we'll talk to TP, see what's wrong with him. We've got Ninja Hazard and... Oh, that's contact with Conor Imberg there. No respect shown there, and CYP just goes down the inside, and hopefully he'll be able to get to third in now. Down the inside goes CYP, pushes him wide slightly, but CYP should get the exit now, should he? No, it's around the outside again. There's TP Darkstar. Oh, okay, that's why. Because TP's got disqualified for raging. But CYP will be looking at... Well, Rotad's actually took the lead from Your Mum's now second. But CYP looks like he's going to have a go at... whatever his name is, Conor Imberg. So Conor Imberg's looking at Your Mum, respectively, and it looks like Rotad has gone off into the distance. But Haas has had a quite a mare as well, he's in 10th. George is in 9th, Mockimik's 8th. He hasn't had the smoother things, has he? Pick G 7th. Negan 6th on his first start for this championship. We have Ninja Hazard 3rd. Your Mum is dying. I lost 2 positions in one corner. I think he may have locked up, but he may get the exit. Your Mum, but it looks like CYP will get second place if he can hold on from Conor Imberg with DRS. And going into last chicane, it's going to be Rotad who's going to win this race unless penalties have something to do with it. And CYP is going to come second as Conor Imberg's been disqualified from the session. Is that right? He has. He's been disqualified from the session with the last lap. Conor, no. Which means Your Mum will get a podium finish in 3rd. Ninja Hazard 4th. Negan 5th. Pate G 6th. Mockimik 7th. George 8th. And yeah, and Haas 9th. But CYP, a bit of revenge there. To get... As Frandy baby joins us. Did you win, Frandy baby? Oh my god. There's yeah, you got... I don't really know. I'll watch it on board with it, I can't remember. The driver standings are as so right now. Rotard is running away with 44 points clear of CYP and Haza. It'd take a mammoth effort right now to close that, but it is possible. Rotard can't let up, as anyone will know. 'Cause one race could change it all. It's just that Rotard has got the best luck at the minute, but Azerbaijan with the right, like... Let's have a look. So let's just change it. Boom. Frandy will start 3rd. We have Ninja Hazard on pole, Papel 2nd, Frandy 3rd, and Black November 4th, Mockimik 5th, and CYP down in 11th. I feel so sorry for him because he keeps getting these really bad grid positions. But Rotard joins 6th, my friend. Confirm changes. So it should be interesting. This one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Anything can happen, especially this is Baku now. Because everyone's like so desperate because like it's only 3 laps. You know, it's not like in a 50% race you've got like, oh, if you don't get everything done in lap 1, if it's alright for next lap and next lap and next lap, you've got lots of laps. But after this, like, there's 2 more laps and that's it. You've got to get it done. So I think people are rushing it. That dive bomb by CYP. I think he's a bit desperate at the minute. He's trying everything. Bless him. But we've got Ninja Hazard on pole again. Actually, again, no, he wasn't on pole last time, was he? He was second. Yeah, I find that a lot. Even in league races, stay out of trouble, you're fine. That's how I won Canada, I suppose. But here we go to 5 red lights. We've got Ninja Hazard on pole from Papel, Frandy in third. He must be the hot favourite for this one. 5 red lights and away we go. And it looks like we've got a fairly decent start by Ninja Hazard. He's going to run deep. Will he? No, he squeezes Papel. Papel spins into the Mercedes. Frandy gets away with it into third. Mocking Weeks has got himself into second. But Frandy goes down the inside of that. Of Mocking Weeks, and Frandy takes the lead. He's talking about getting into trouble. I think that's CYP in trouble. And Rotods, my friend, you've just been talking about trouble, and you're last right now. So you've been in a little bit of trouble as your mum's got a penalty. Oh God! There's a bit of an accident back here with Connor and TP. Harza in 11th, Rotods 10th. Looking at 9th of Papel has dropped like a stone right now. And Papel spins it a bit. CYP's in 8th though, ahead of Rotods, and that'll be exactly what he wants. Pate G 7th, Negan 6th. He's on board with him, and he's been that. I don't have to tell you that. But looking further up, we've got the Mercedes of Black November. We've got your mum all the way up in 4th right now. He's doing quite a good job. Ahead of looking at Mocking Weeks, in fact. Because Negan's binned it. He's binned it. We're looking at your mum though, looking at Mocking Weeks. He's looking down inside, no, not quite. But he's going to go for it. Marcus will be very excited about this, overtaking a car. It doesn't happen very often. Especially with someone like Mocking Weeks. As he's flying it now, he's got the slipstream. He's going to look to the outside, and it looks like that Marcus has got that position done on Mocking Weeks, and Mocking Weeks will be disappointed. He's obviously running a wrong setup or somewhere, because that straight line speed is nowhere. As we've got Frandy in second, looking at Ninja Hazard, who's leading this race. And Ninja was only telling me that he really liked Baku when the league race was here. So it'll be interesting. Obviously CYP, this is one of his favourite tracks. And George Porridge, CYP, but going down the inside of, oh God, there's a bit of action behind. CYP be looking at Black November now. Obviously Black November is quite defensive, he's really defensive, as in if he wants to put you in the wall, he will do. He's quite aggressive, that's the word I was using for. And Black November has actually got damage. Got Mocking Weeks in 4th. It's quite surprising that your mum, it looks like he's got someone else. It looks like he's got someone else driving the car for him other than him at the minute. The fact he's pulling away from Mocking Weeks in 3rd. Ninja Hazard has now lost the lead to Frandy. So on his return from the AOR race, literally about 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, literally. He's now leading the race. Ninja Hazard's in 2nd. He'll be happy with this in a minute. I'm presuming he'd take it. We've got Marcus in 3rd, who will 100% take this at the minute. Any battles further back? We've got CYP, Harza, Rotods is a bit further back though. Don't know what's up with him at the minute, but it looks like CYP is going to get a move done on. Oh, that's close! But November is just a sitting duck on the straight. He can't help that. CYP's up into 5th though, and he'll be firmly, his sights will be on Mocking Weeks. I can tell you now, he's a 2.5 up the road, but if I know CYP like I do with Black November's now in the wall, he's definitely got the pace around this track. As you can see, it's already down to 1.8 seconds. He's really got the pace. He's got the bit between his teeth. It looks like your mum may have confirmed himself for 3rd place, unless he bins it, which is not unlike him whatsoever. Frandy is leading the race still. Ninja Hazard, your mum, That's obviously your mum's got a corner cutting penalty as well, so we'll never know if that'll hinder him. We've got Mocky Mix now getting closed in, reeled in by CYP. It's now down to 1.4 seconds. And CYP is now 1.3 seconds behind him. Haas is there, and it doesn't look like Rotard has a... Oh, he's got no front wing, in fact. Jesus. So something's happened must be between November and Rotard's there. And he's now going around with no front wing, if I'm not mistaken. And that is deep, and I'm surprised he's still in the race for that. But CYP, it looks like CYP, it was a little bit too much of an ask for him. But it is going to be Frandy, who comes across the line in his Renault, and he's going to win the race. Boom! And it's going to be Ninja Hazard in second, and your mum is going to come home in third for the God Squad. They'll be very happy with that. They'll be all in the party chat. Oh no, your mum's got penalties. Oh god, no. I feel so sorry for him now. He's down to fifth. CYP is now up to fourth. Rotard is going across the line seventh. Haas is sixth. I thought it was going to be 1, 2, 3 Frandy, Ninja Hazard, and then your mum. Hello Luca, you alright Luca? So yeah, that's the end of that one. Well done Frandy. Ninja will be happy about that result. Mocky Mix will be happy to get actually a result. That penalty. They're all coming in the chat now. And yeah, obviously Marcus had good pace but didn't quite get the result. I think it's Austria next. Papel got brake checked apparently, or brake check. Not really sure what's going on. We do have a steward on duty right now in Allen, so if you are actually recording, you can send things to him. But he'll be only deducting championship points. He won't be adding penalties to times and stuff like that. So as soon as that's about, I think that's the best way of doing it. This after talking to him. So Rotard is now 38 points clear of CYP. So the gap has come down, and that will give him a little bit of confidence now that the Marcus has 34 points. Adam has 48. So I think you could do Adam, to be honest. Grid editor, change. So we've got Peak on pole, Haas the second, Frandy third, Mockridge fourth, CYP's down in CYP and Rotard's right down at the bottom. So that'll be interesting. But looking at the championship, now down to 38 points. The momentum is now with CYP again, which will make him happy. Frandy is up into 10th in the championship. You'll be able to get Adam in my opinion. Especially with this this grid you've just got now. You've got third place on the grid, and if you keep it clean, you can get P1. Which, no offense to the other drivers, but I feel like you can do that. We'll see. We'll see, I suppose. Be interesting to see. And we'll see how many drivers rage quit by the end of this as well. Should be quite interesting. Without the contact they've had. Nigun. I keep spelling his name wrong. And he's not very happy about that either. So here we go. We're going to 5 red lights. Peak G on pole. Haas a second. Change camera. Ooh. And we're going to go on board with Haza. We're going to change the view actually. And as you can see, Frandy's trying to make the move down this side into turn 1. The Renaults come together also with Haza, but he has survived. Santogistu has actually quit. I've just realised that. He's the one driver that has quit. But into lead goes Haza. TP Darkstars into third. There's been an absolute cluster behind that, and George has died. No. Oh my lord. Connor and your mum and Frandy have all gone in one straight. What a cluster. Fuck that was. Rotard would be happy with that in 10th, but he has no front wing. And this could be drama. Where is CYP when you need him? He's in 5th. And this could spice the championship right up, as he's now looking for a move on the Ferrari of Papel, which is quite a dangerous thing to do. But he keeps it together so far. Just think about the points, CYP, as he's going to come across the line now, and it looks like he's going to get that move done now on Papel. As now they're going side by side, getting very, very feisty indeed. But it looks like that he has got the move done, and that is P4. And that, at this moment in time, that's another 13 points on Rotards. Yeah, I saw that from it. It was massive. You, Marcus, Connor, all died. I think Rotards may be involved. We've got Ninja Hazard there. We've got Negan, Papel, CYP. Now looking at Pake G and probably even TP. I think Haza may have already got this done. But he's only there, you know. Mind you, it's quite a short track, so you never know. But we're going to keep an eye on CYP and his progress. He's 7 tenths now behind the likes of Pake G and Darkstar. Just gonna keep watching. As you can see, Darkstar is really struggling compared to Pake G, to CYP, and he's gonna set the fastest lap of the race. There, CYP, as he gets out of the slipstream, so he doesn't go into the back of them, which is a tactic I've seen being used recently. Cronenberg decided to back out of this championship now, as CYP makes the move and is up into 3rd place, and he'll be after TP like a water vole on water. So well done, Frandy, you've well and truly killed Cronenberg. As now he is looking at TP Darkstar. We're just going to keep an eye on this. There has been a move though. I think it's been Negan on Papel. I'm surprised that Adam's really struggling. But we're going to take leaders as Haza comes across the line and is going to win the race. And this is going to be very close between CYP, who gets the run on TP Darkstar, and will across the line, and CYP gets him over the line. And 27th hundredths of a second is the difference between CYP and TP Darkstar, and there's only a 10th between the lot of them, 10th and a half between the lot of them. So very close battle there. CYP manages to get that 2nd place, which will make him happier than anything in the world, as Haza actually takes another win. So well done to him. And yeah, rip your championship lead, Rotats. I mean, you've still got the lead, as far as I know. But it's a lot closer than it was a couple of races ago. 18 points now is the difference between Haza and yourself. CYP now in 3rd, 21 points back. Yeah, so it's closed up. Oh, well, I see. I think he's the one you should be more worried about than Haza. No offense to Haza, I think he's just out getting lucky grid slots and getting quite and just going from the front to win. But here's the next grid. Papel, Ninja Hazard, Negan, George, Haza, is now in 5th. Another quite a lucky grid slot. TP, yourself, and CYP starting last. So, and this is at Silverstone. So this will be very interesting to see. I mean, Haas has got the grid position over you two, especially CYP who's starting last. Might be the best place to start, to be honest. If there's a massive accident in the mid-pack, which is where it usually happens, you might be able to get around it and avoid it. Also, rain could be a factor because it is Silverstone, so. Yeah. First, I'd say is the best, but obviously because you can just pull away from the front and it's pretty easy. You don't have to overtake anything. And last, because you've got control over your car then, and there's no one next to you really. There's no one behind you to kill you. But here we go. We're gonna go to 5 red lights. Papel on pole from Ninja, Hazard, Negan, George, and Harzo. And it's lights out, and away we go. Papel gets a fairly decent start from what I can see, but what a start from Negan, who's going too wide into the first corner, and the McLaren is given no room whatsoever by the Red Bull, and it's a lead. Not very long as TP. I don't really know what the fuck is that. TP has just dive bombed everybody to Narnia. I don't think it was on purpose, but. Anyway, he's leading, and I don't think he really cares about that. We've got Black November in 3rd, who's made his way. Your Mum in 4th. CYP's made his way up to 5th. So, talking about that last good slot, it's worked a treat for CYP. Mocking Week 7th, Harzer, 7th should say, Mocking Week 6th. Papel's 8th, and Rotard's in 9th. Have you still got your front wing? You have got slight damage, from what I can see, which will hinder you a lot through the circuit. As you can see, you're losing so much time, as Harzer has had an accident, which puts you back into contention through this S section. As Harzer's actually got half a front wing as well on the other end plate. But the biggest winner out of the lot of this is CYP, who is now on the back of the McLaren of your mum. He's going to go cautious. He's going to try it around the outside of your mum, and does it. It makes it stick. He's onto the podium. Next is Negan in the Red Bull. Hello, Little Blocks. How are you? As we've got CYP now in 3rd place. Negan is in Negan in 2nd place, and we've got TP in 1st. But we're going to keep an eye on CYP. We're also going to keep an eye on Rotard's progress. Obviously, with half front wing, it's not going to be easy. And I'm expecting this McLaren of Ninja Hazard to be catching fairly quickly. As we've got in side by side, it's Papel and Rotard's has managed to get the position. He's fighting for it. There's Black November's retired. Where is he? He's gone. He's there. No, he's left the session. Marcus is now down into 5th. We've got Mocky Meeks now up into 4th. He's quietly making his way through the field after mistakes. We've got CYP in 3rd. He'll be looking to try and get past the Red Bull, and he has passed the Red Bull into 2nd place of Negan. Unfortunately, TP has built up a lead that looks like it's not going to be closed. But I'm sure CYP will be extremely happy with that. But we've got a really good battle behind that, with the Ferrari of Mocky Meeks and Negan, and it's very close with the cars as your mum runs wide. We've also got Rotards in 6th, half front wing still there or thereabouts. But if he does finish like this, CYP will gain another 10 points on him, as your mum has ran wide, which allows Rotard to pass. And that is pretty embarrassing from your mum if Rotard does get past. And as you can see there, I was watching the most awkward camera angles known to man. Does get past him. Got Ninja Hazard 7th. I'm sure will be chomping at a bit to try and get past Rotards. But looking at it, it looks like TP will be getting this one done and won. Second for CYP, Negan third. Mocking Weeks fourth, looking at Negan. We'll get stay on board with the Ferrari driver. Going through Cop's corner, and Negan has gone slow as granny on steroids. Obviously with half front wing, and that has made Mocking Weeks lose some of his front wing, which will now put him into the back of Rotards. And Rotards, this could be a massive opportunity for you if you could get ahead of these two, especially the Mocking Weeks now, who's going so slow. It's like a granny on a wheelchair right now. And he goes around the outside of Mocking Weeks. Mocking Weeks trying to hold it down the inside, but Rotards, that could be a crucial move for him, as TP Darkstar has come across the line to win the Silverstone Grand Prix in the Sprint Championship. CYP has got a massive second place. Negan in third, and Rotard's actually got third. So that is a massive result for Rotards in the end, to only lose 3 points to CYP instead of a possible 10. Let's say NTTPL, hello, how are you? How's your day going? But anyway, talking about the results, that means the championship is now down to 18 points for CYP and Rotards. That is the main one. Haas has kind of self-destructed himself back into third. You're too fast, George. I think that's sarcasm. But it looks like it's between the two Williams drivers. But obviously Haas is still there. So anything can happen. Obviously next race is Hungary. Oh god, I hate Hungary. Papel is on pole again. Rotard has finished down. CYP is in 9th. I don't think CYP's been in the top 5. We've got Frandy in 4th. I don't know what happened to Frandy. He didn't have a great race, did he? But at the minute, the championship is going to be going down to the wire between CYP and... Yeah, I saw that Rotards. I was... But to get third, that was pretty decent effort, let's face it. I mean, if Mocking Weeks on the hit the rear end of Negan, I think he would have got second, but third, should I say. Hit him through Cops in the last lap, and then that literally just killed him, momentum-wise. And also lost off his front wing. But going into this race, Papel is on pole again. Somehow. It's like he's hacking the game. Almost. But here we go, to 5 red lights. We've got Papel for Negan, your mum, and Frandy. And it's lights out and away we go. A little bit of lag there as Papel gets off the line. Not very well at all, as Negan has taken the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. And Frandy has worked his way up into second place as there's bumper cars into turn 1. And it looks like he has managed to get third as Frandy. As Papal managed to hold it down inside there, and Frandy's down now into 4th, where he started. But your mum has got himself into 2nd. Haza in 5th, so don't discount him. As it all looks fairly clean this time round. There's a Williams there of CYP trying to make that move on Peak G, and he hasn't quite. As I think Peak G may have cut that corner, as he has made that move on Peak G, as it's legging around everywhere like a giraffe on steroids. I don't know. I'm obsessed with animals on steroids, I think. It's CYP, Jesus CYP. Keep on track, as Black November does the same. There's an accident there, and it's between Black TP and Frandy's there. I think it. Oh, CYP was involved. CYP is no front wing, and that could be curtains for his championship. That could be that. If Rotards gets a good result today on this race, that could be curtains. But Rotards has half a front wing, looking at it, and yeah, anything could happen. But for CYP, that's just unfortunate, really, isn't it? But looking at the front, it's your mum that's leading from Nagan. I mean, unbelievable stuff. As Nagan actually tries a move on your mum, and it does not end well for Nagan, unfortunately, as he maintains it. But Mokimix looking at this thinking, yum yum, I'm going to go and get this lead. I don't know where I was going with that. We've got PayPal in 4th, Peak in 5th, so all the top 5 are non-championship. And then there's Rotards trying to get past Peak and George and PayPal as they are going nose to tail, and it looks like PayPal is just about held on for now. But we're going to go back to the lead battle, and as you can see, Nagan has dropped back a slight smidgen to Nagan, and yeah, I think CYP, unfortunate for him, unless there's retirement, that could be that. Frandy's it's past my bedtime. Frandy's trying to make a move on Black November. There's been a little bit of an accident. Paker's having a spin, which promotes George into 6th. 6th place. Rotards in 5th. PayPal in 4th. Papel. Mokimix 3rd. Nagan 2nd. And it's your mum in 1st. But for how long? As we're going to keep on board with this for the rest of the race, as we've got Mokimix also at it, as PayPal's got a 2-second penalty, which will help Rotards out a huge deal. I wouldn't be surprised if he just stuck behind him now for the rest of this race, to just collect that 4th place off him. But on board with your mum, will he win the Hungarian Grand Prix? Would he dare? Unless he's got a penalty. But he's going to come round the final couple of corners. Nagan is actually ghosted to an absolute standstill. What is happening? He's disconnected. It looks like his controller's disconnected. But it's going to be your mum that's going to cross the line. And he has won the Hungarian Grand Prix of the Sprint Championship. Mokimix getting the fastest lap in the last lap, but it wasn't good enough for him. Rotards is going to come on in 3rd place, which will do him a lot of good. George is going to come home in 4th. He'll be very happy with that. PayPal in 5th. Nagan in 6th. Frandy in 7th. Black November 8th, just sat over the line. Peak 9th. Ninja Hazard is going to round out the top 10. And Rotards looks like, I'm not going to say it now, I'm not going to get the commentator's curse, but it looks like he's running away with it now. .3 gap to CYP, and then it's further 47 to Harzo's. Still there or thereabouts, but I just can't see him keeping it consistent enough. Constructors don't mean a lot. But Frandy's in 11th at the minute. But your mum is actually going up into 7th place after that win. He'll thoroughly enjoyed that one. Had damage ever since Canada. Well, you've maintained your lead. I mean, pretty much. Mind you, all it takes is one retirement. And that's that. But now we're heading off to Belgium. And that will be the grid. PayPal, Rotards, Pate G, and CYP. What does this thing not like about CYP? Honestly, it doesn't ever get a good grid start. But Rotards, you're in second. No, that doesn't help, does it? Drink driving is not advised. I've had an email. Go away. This one will be very interesting. Be interesting to see where Frandy is as well. See if he can get up there. This is his favourite track. If you get drunk, I don't think you'll be driving that well anymore. We'll see. This is see Frandy and Hauser is alright. Frandy's in 5th and Hauser's in 4th, so it's not all done conclusion. And Black November in 3rd. It's not all a done conclusion so far. As lights out and away we go, and Black November for some reason. Oh god! Oh no! That is a disaster for Frandy. Is it? No. Who's that? Who's in the Renault? Who's in the Renault? It's Pate G. And I think it may have been the... I don't know what happened there. It was a Mercedes come across on the Renault which smashed him into the wall, and it came across the other 2 drivers of Rotards. And this is a disaster. But Black November's leading. I think it may have been him who came across on him. Haas second. By an accident came across on Pate G because he didn't see him. In my opinion. Oh god, that... And the McLaren is gone. Of your mum. He's absolutely binned it. And again, he's got caught up in that. Papal has got damage. Rotard has got damage. Nagan has got damage. But this must be like CYP's birthday. Oh god! The bloody Renault's gone again. It's Frandy. He's gone. Into Rouge. And this is not helping anything. This Peak's in 5th, trying to hold off Mocking me because he's forced him into the gravel. I mean, that ain't great, is it? But I think Mocking is staying out of the way. He's learnt from his Austria debacle in season 1, not to come back on track and destroy anybody. But here we go, CYP, and oh, CYP and Darkstar going at it hammer and tong. It is fair to say. But CYP manages to survive as Hauser is leading the race without saying anything. Black November has lost half of his front wing now. Hauser's going to let him go, but I know that Black November will be losing it on the straight in a minute. We're just going to keep an eye on it. As you can see, well, Black November, you dirty, dirty man. Trying to be angry, he's not great. But down inside now. It's Pepper. What car is Pepper on? Don't know. Don't know. I tried looking, to be honest. But Haas has been. No, he isn't. Hazard's just ahead of CYP though, but CYP will be smelling victory right now. It'd be like, you could see TP Darkstar there, he's overtaken TP Darkstar. Hazard's taking the lead of this race. This is a disaster for Rotards at the minute. Hazard's taking the lead. We've got CYP in third, ahead of Black November is in the sandwich of them two, but it looks like that Black November has actually conceded that position. Well, no, he hasn't. He's decided to no. I'll try again. Oh, that's close. Oh, that's even closer. It's TP. It's died. But somehow Black November's still in second. Rotards and all this mayhem has got himself up to fourth. Somehow. Well, God knows how. But CYP still third. Trying to get past Black November for dear life. Obviously, it's not an easy task. His TP's retired from the session. Ninja Hazard and all this is up into fifth, ahead of Pate G. But it looks like that. Oh, you just can't do that, can you, Black November? But I think that he should get the position now. Should CYP. Yeah, it looks like it. Or will he? Yeah, he will now. He's gone past. So that's CYP into second, Harza first. I hold my. That was quite a moment there from Black November. We had Rotards in fourth. Ninja Hazard has got a little suspicion to Pate G. He's got grass on his tyres and he's got dirt on his tyres and yeah. Mockymix in seventh. Frandy, we haven't really spoke about him in eighth. Nagan, who's quietly going about his business in ninth. But somehow Rotards is out of all these bad results, he's managing to still get his way up into like good positions, despite losing half a front wing again. But CYP, well, Haas has kept it clean as he possibly can, and he's going to come round to win this race. It seems another race win for him. He's run loads and loads of races, but in between he's like had really bad results. So that's why he isn't leading the championship right now. And CYP is in second at the minute. We'll also be closing the gap on Rotards by 4 points, and it'll be 11 points for Haza, which puts him back in the championship as he crosses the line to win the Belgium Grand Prix. And Haza comes home in CYP comes home in second. And as you can see, it's really close between Black November and Rotards. And Rotards actually gets Black November because of penalties. And yeah. Yeah, Black November isn't a clean driver, I know that. Sorry, Black November. Your conduct in the races isn't great. Well, you got P3, it's not a bad result, yeah. Obviously CYP and Hauser were the two guys ahead. And as you can see now, for the championship, it's now 30 points for CYP between you and him, and it is 37 between you and Hauser. So they're both still in with a shout. It's just about if they can close that gap in the next coming races. I mean, one DNF for you, and yeah. It reminded me of the 2012 one when Grosjean came across on Hamilton and blew him up, and then they all came across on you and Frandy and Haza. They all just went because literally Black November came across on Pate G. Pate G went straight into the wall, couldn't stop the car, and he went straight because he couldn't go anywhere. It was interesting to say the least. But Monza, oh god, I'm dreading that. We're going to change the grid again. Hopefully something a bit different. Haza on pole. CYP 4th, is in the top 5. TP 5th. Pate G 6th. Frandy 7th. Rotard, you're in 11th, my friend. Yeah, it wasn't Maldonado that caused that though. That's the only difference. It was yeah, it was Grosjean in the Lotus. I remember watching that. I thought someone were gonna die. Yeah, it'd be nice. Be nice. I just want a championship battle. I don't care how it comes around. As commentator, obviously. As long as we get a championship battle, that'll do me. I mean, there's been some good driving, there's been quite a bit of dirty as well, but we're going to go to 5 red lights, we're going to see how this goes. Mucky Mix and Haas are on the front row. And it's lights out and away we go. It's a decent start by Haza at the front. He's going to cover off Mucky Mix. CYP has got a decent start. He's got a very good start, in fact. He's going to try and go 3 wide, is he? No, he decides to back out of that one as he gets punted by the Ferrari of Mucky Mix as they both go across the rumble strip of Haza and the Nagan. And it looks like CYP is going to go for this one straight out the blocks as he's now trying to go around the outside of Nagan as we get actually a decent view. No, he isn't. He's going to switch it down the inside. TP, don't quite know where he's going. Boy, as there's a bit of a battle behind. But November's going slowly. We've got Papel, we've got Rotards are up into 6th. There's just mayhem behind. Pate G in 5th. CYP still in 4th position to where he started because TP has die-bombed him from Narnia. But Haas will be the happiest person of the lot. But this will be a slipstream like no other. And CYP will probably be running 1-1 wings knowing him. Just to try and get past people. As now he's going to try it now. And it looks like he's got it. He's got the exits on TP. CYP, TP. Frandy is retired from the session. Don't quite know what's happened to him. Oh, he's binned it with Mucky Mooks. And we've still got TP ahead of CYP somehow. And he's going to try and make the move now. And it looks like he should do because he's got the inside line. Unless TP can hold it round the outside where he can get second exit. But TP drives it down the inside with a switchback. That is quite a clever move. But it hasn't worked out. And TP has got actually CYP round the corner there. And CYP is now up into 3rd place. We've got my voice is going. We've got Rotart in 6th, Pate G in 5th, TP in 4th, as it's all getting a bit hairy into the chicane. Rotard still in 6th, but Haza is still leading this race, and that should be the most concerning thing for Rotard, is that if Haza gets 2 wins on the trot, then Rotard will be in a spot of bother. But Rotard is in 5th, he's doing well himself. As the McLaren's on those still as well. We've got TP in 4th, ahead of Rotards. The TP will be quite a feisty person as he runs wide, and that gives Rotards the run. And that should be 4th place for Rotards. And next in his sights is Williams' teammate of CYP, who'll be trying to run away. Come and fight me another day. Love that. Nagan actually sets the fastest lap of the race as he's in his fight with Haza. And will he get him into turn 1? Nope. Of course he won't. Shut up, Crofty. We've got CYP in 3rd, and then we've got Rotas in 4th. Has CYP got any damage? Can we see that? Don't think so. See what fuel they've got. Rotards has got more fuel than CYP. CYP will be pushing right to the absolute limit, knowing him. But see, it looks like Haas is going to have this one won. As Papel has got a 2-second penalty, which don't affect anything. And Ninja Hazard's binned it. He has binned it. In quite a big way. And I think that's Black November's binned it as well. But talking about the lead of the race, Harzer is going to come round, and I think he's going to win his second race on the trot. It looks like he is going to win in Monza. And it looks like CYP will have the measure on rotards this one as well. But he's going to come across the line, and Harzer is going to come around the final corner and win the Italian Grand Prix to close the gap even further to rotards. That's an extra 13 points he's gained on him, and he's really putting a challenge in now. He's got Negan came home in second, nice from him. We've got CYP third. TP Darkstar came actually 4th place, which means Rotards has dropped down to 5th due to a penalty, I'm presuming. Yeah, I'm not wrong, he got a penalty, a 3-second penalty, which puts him down to 5th, which will close the standings up even more. So Harzer is now within a race win, and so is CYP now, 22 and 25 respectively. Anything in the comments? So it's getting very feisty up at the top. 174, 177, and then 179. As all the drivers are whinging about each other. It shows that we all need to improve, really. I wish I was involved. Oh, Singapore! This ought to be exciting. I can feel it. Let's change it up. Marcus on pole, Rotard second, Negan third, Black November 4th, Pate G 5th, TP 6th, Mockmeat 7th, Ninja Zod 8th, George 9th, Harzer 10th, Frandy 11th. You know the story. So, you haven't had a pole yet, have you? Neither has CYP. Harzer's had a couple. It's quite interesting. It's like the game has got it against you to having any poles. Also, Frandy hasn't had a pole yet. It's been pretty much the same people all the time getting poles. And it's raining in Singapore. Good God, this will make it interesting. I'm going to drink now, because it's pretty much game over at this point. Well, you can win a championship, but that's not game over. But in terms of your liver, I think it may be game over. I ain't drank for a long time. But we've got your mum on pole position from Rotards in second. This will be very interesting going into turn 1. And it's lights out and away we go. Your mum gets a decent start, but so does Rotards. Gets a very good start himself. And it looks like that Rotards is going to brake later and get the position into turn 1. And Rotards is going to take the lead of the Singapore Grand Prix. And it's going to be mayhem behind. I can guarantee you that. As you can see, looking behind us. We've got TP trying to make a move on the Pate G, who's died. But looking further back, Ninja Hazard's he's had quite a bad start, but CYP and Harzer have been making their way through the field quite nicely. Now CYP is now up into 5th place after them two have run wide. Negan as Harzer's in the wall with like 6 other cars. And he's dead last. Or is he? No, he's into 10th. Frandy's with that lot, but CYP is on it right now. He's going to try and make the move on TP and Negan next, as they're going side by side through every single corner imaginable. As CYP is trying to get a piece of the action. And that could have been disastrous for CYP. But kudos to Marcus there, keeping it in P2 at the minute, but TP will be eyeing it up. Down the inside goes TP, a lot more confidence on the brakes than Marcus. Just about gets it done. And CYP is up into 4th. But for how long is that? Red Bull is... Nigga just binned it. Yeah, he kind of just went straight on. I saw that across the CYP's screen. It was like so funny. He just went, Phew! He was like a rocket past the screen. He just went, nah. And Mocking Weeks is retired as well. And Rotards has a 2-minute 2 as the fastest lap. But CYP will be hoping to limit the damage as much as possible in this one, which could be crucial. Obviously, Haza is quite a way down the field. He's in 8th at the minute, only ahead of George and Frandy. This is tiring me out, it's commentary lock. I've been doing it for nearly 2 hours as we come into the climax of this championship. The CYP is trying to do it down the outside. No, he's going to stay in the slipstream, but now he tries it round the inside of the McLaren of your mum. Cuts the corner, an absolute treat, and manages to just about squeeze through on the second corner there. So that is CYP into 3rd place. I just watched that 2-second penalty happen. We've got Pete G now on the back of Marcus. We've got Black November, Haza, Ninja Hazard. I thought I'd lost it then. Frandy and then Joji. But we're going to keep on this battle with your mum. TP's got a 3-second penalty. We're going to keep on the battle with your mum and CYP. And your mum looks like he's okay. It looks like he's not quite nailed on 4th place, but he's looks quite comfortable for the minute. Rotad sets another fastest lap of the race. He's in the 59s. Is CYP going to do that? Nope. But TP is 2.5 seconds clear of CYP. If it stands like this, then CYP will be now 35 points back from Rotards. If Rotards wins this race, and with the amount of rounds left, I mean, it's like I've been saying, it's possible, but Rotards obviously keeps getting these every so often, gets these wins, and that just kills everybody because he hasn't retired from one race in this Christmas Championship so far. Ooh. But it looks like Rotards is gonna win this one if we go on board with him. He's just come around the middle sector quite nicely. There's not a lot more to say as Black November's having an incident. Oh god, no, that's tight. He gets the position though. Pick G feels the wall is more exciting. But we're going to go back on board road. Rotos has binned it! Oh my lord, he's binned it! That is crucial. That is massive. This is why you shouldn't drink and drive, ladies and gentlemen. Because Rotards has absolutely binned it. And he's inside Pate G. And Pate G doesn't know what's happening. This is 18 plus all over again. It was boring as hell. But TP Darkstar is going to come across the line and win. But no, CYP has actually come across the line to win because unfortunately for TP, he's got a penalty. And that is that. CYP has gone from finishing 3rd to 1st in the space of half a lap. That's 2 corners. And that is That is drama. That is drama. That's massive. I was just sat here like, yeah, okay, Rotards is going to win this one. And then all of a sudden, it just turns on its head. And CYP has won the race. And that will be 11 points over, I can't count, 13 points over Rotards that he didn't have. And look how close it is now. It's only 12 points now between George. I'm convinced Rotards is a moron. George is blaming you, Rotards. You're blaming him. Well, drama. Well, CYP's won the race. I mean, there's nothing he did wrong. He's just come across the line, did what he needed to do. Now it's only 12 points, the lead, going into Malaysia. And we'll see what the grid will look like once I've done the grid editor. And it's quite favourable for you, Rotards, I've got to say. You on pole, Black November 2nd, your mum 3rd, TP 4th, and CYP's down 9th. So it's quite favourable for you, it's fair to say. But November's cutting you more anyway. I'm not gonna lie, I think there's a bit of bias there. I'm not saying anything. What is that? I go off the racing line to let him through and he hits me. Somehow I don't think Georgia did it on purpose, because I had an incident when he was locked down in Hungary as well, where I went into the back of him. But he went off the racing line and I followed him off the racing line. And I went straight to the back of him and lost half the front wing. But here we go, 5 red lights. We've got Rotards on pole, Black November 2nd. And I think Black November's got it in for you, Rotards, mate. So, lights out and away we go. We've got Black November trying to go and make a move on you. He's going to go very aggressive, I know that for a fact. And he's going to go around the outside, will he? No, actually it's TP Darkstar out of nowhere. And they've clamped you. And he's round. Black November and TP have clamped Rotards and he's gone round and round and round. And Rotards will be fuming. I'm just saying, if anyone takes you out, Rotards, I will actually kick him, so. I will forcibly kick him and just kick him and gone. So I'm just saying that. I don't think that was on purpose. His TP got a really good start there, and he was down your inside. And, meh. There's cars everywhere. CYP has binned it himself, but Haas is in 3rd. So it's looking better for you all the time. It's fair to say, but CYP isn't consistent enough to be winning this at the minute, in my opinion. I think, yeah. But mind you, you're down into 9th again. Looking at Papel there. I've gone silent. We've got Ninja Hazard in 7th. Rotards now in 7th. He's trying to make the move on the lot of them there. He's trying to get George as well. And that is P6 for Rotards now. We've got Pate G 5th. Black November 4th. Haas 3rd.
DP second, and Frandy in P1. And we're looking at on board with Frandy. Frandy actually takes the lead. He hasn't won a race since he came back. Well, he won one since he came back. But DP's going to try it down the inside. Doesn't quite make the move. We're going to look back at Harzer now. He's 1.1 second away. Rotards, are you going to make a move? No. CYP is gaining on your mum, so he's making progress. And someone tells me he'll be getting him quite soon and be back at his train that you've just passed. The Rotards has just passed. But here we go there, CYP on your mum. Your mum's really struggling right now in these conditions. Has he lost any front wing? Yes, he has. But here we go on board with Rotar. CYP is going to try and get Ninja Hazard as well. That's quite aggressive from CYP. He's going to try it around the outside with the better traction. It looks like if we go on board with Ninja Hazard, it looks like he's got the position done, and that is P8 for CYP, and this is exactly what he needs. He needs to start making positions up. Next up in the road is Papel, and he is in P7. Rotards is on the back of Pate G, and Pate G is a sitting duck on the straight. So that is Rotards into P5. We've got Black November in P4. It should be an interesting battle. But we've still got Pate G here trying to keep the position from Rotards. And Pate, unfortunately, could not keep the position. We found it's the fastest lap of the race. Rotards has now got Black November on his hit list. And then Harzer is a little bit up the road from that, on the back of TP. But going back on with CYP in the wars with Papel there, and he's still there, and he takes the wide line to give a bit of room to Papel, but Papel's backed out and realised that he's not in a battle with CYP, and I think CYP will get 7th place now, unless Peak has got a million penalties, which I doubt. But Black November, I'm sure he'll probably have something. Might be good for Rotards. And also Harzer is looking at TP, who again is one of the people. So we'll just have a look at the penalties. Incidents, and you see lots of. There's 2 seconds for Rotards, in fact. So if Fake can stay within them 2 seconds, which is currently within, then he will get that position. And there's also another time penalty as Adam bins it. So look. Apparently there was, I didn't see it. Well, Pake is still within that 2 seconds, as you can see 1.6, and he'll be hoping that he can stay within that 2 seconds, but he's gonna, oh, Fake, no, Pake, and he joins. Will he be still in that 2 seconds? It looks like he is, according to the timing screens. Your mum has got a 2 second penalty though, and actually no, I'm looking at the wrong one. What an idiot. But Rotards, it looks like he's going to P4. After all that, Haas is going to P2. His TP binned it, it seemed. And Rotards only got P4 by 6 600s. CYP is going to get P7. Papel 8th. And also, we've got to mention Frandy, who won the race in his Renault. Judge is at the minute very ill. He's alright really. I speak to him quite a lot, so he's just very ill at the minute. He shouldn't really be racing. But here's the championship for you. Your mum is head of Minchazad and Frandy. Who the hell does he think this is? No offense to TP, but your moves haven't been stellar, has it? So. He's 3rd in the championship, and from what I can ascertain, he's alright. Oh, okay. Yeah, we all know Black November, what Black November is, Rotards. That's why he's under investigation to leave the league as well. So we've got Japan now. I better change the grid before it all changes. So let's have a look. Ninja Hazard, George Porridge, Nigan, CYP in 5th. You're in 8th. Haas is in 12th. So P dead last. So that'll be interesting. Comparing the grid. There we go. So this could be a crucial round in the championship. Again, well, they're all crucial really. I did see turn 1, but I don't think we need any more evidence to prove what Black November is. Sorry. I don't like talking rubbish about drivers, but yeah. He's very aggressive. I think that's the word we used. Especially when we battled CYP in Hungary when he was a lap down. Which isn't acceptable really, is it? And, I'm learning a lot about TP Darkstar as well. But we've got very few rounds left now. 4 or 5 rounds. Could be done for 10, half 10. But let's get excited about the championship. Got to say I'm getting a sore throat after getting really sore throat. But we're going to go to 5 red lights. Ninja Hazard on pole from George Porridge in 2nd. And it's lights out, and away we go. And it looks like Ninja Hazard got a good start. Nagan got a good start as well. And George has got a quite bad start as he goes right round the outside again. As George actually manages to lose another position to CYP, who's now got himself into 3rd position. Rotard is now still down in 8th, keeping it clean. Hazard's got himself up to 7th, 6th. Frandy's in 5th, George is in 4th, CYP 3rd, and again, oh god, and George has been collected by him, and somehow they're both not dead, but they're still alive. Rotard, you're in 5th, Haza 4th, Frandy 3rd, CYP 2nd, who will be looking at this lead of this race very shortly, but also be keeping one eye on Frandy behind him, who's a very quick driver himself. We've got Haza 4th. You're 2.5 seconds off Haza though. So we're going to keep an eye on this battle for the lead. Forget about last place. We're going to keep an eye on CYP's. On Ninja Hazard is actually leading the race, which I didn't notice. As we're coming to the last chicane and going across the line now, as TP Darkstar has now left the session, which didn't surprise me one bit. We're going to end up with less and less drivers by the end of this, I'm presuming. As now going to come across the line as Frandy's got a 2-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, which could affect this. But CYP is looking at Ninja Hazard now, and he'll be looking to make a move pretty quick into the S's. That could be quite a dangerous move. He's just running wide lines to try and get past the McLaren, and he isn't quite doing it yet. But that is quite a wide line, an interesting line there from the McLaren of Ninja Hazard, and CYP will be looking at him and thinking, I don't know what we'll be thinking, but we'll be thinking getting past him quick. And this could be his opportunity now, down into the hairpin. No, he plays it cool, fair enough. And he'll be looking on the exit now to get Ninja Hazard into Spoon Corner. As he gets into the slipstream, I've lost the thing I was fiddling with. But if we can get a change of fuel, oh, that looked very close to me. No, it's on my knee. And it looked very close to me, and that could have been a massive accident, but it wasn't. It was very good racing. As a bit of carbon fibre flicking off one of the cars there. It may be enough for CYP's front end plates, but it doesn't look like it. As they're still going by side, and Ninja Hazard's been in the biggest possible way and took Frandy with him. Oh, that will be tragic for both of them. I mean, Frandy was just caught up in it, but it looked like CYP may have touched the back of Ninja Hazard, and then that unsettled the car, and he went flying into the wall, and that promotes the top three into 1, 2, 3 positions respectively. Oh, so unlucky. That was a massive accident, and your mum has also died in the somewhere. No, he's just trying from session for some reason. But looking at it now, we've got the top three. We've got Harza looking at CYP round the outside of the Degna 1 and Degna 2 complex, and they're going side by side. There's a little bit of touch between the two fins, but they survive. And I wouldn't be fighting too much if I was them, because you don't want to bring rotards into this little battle. Just think about the championship, really. Would be my call at this minute. Even for Harza, you know, P2, that's not a bad result, but obviously CYP is his rival, so don't know. But coming into the last set couple of corners, it looks like CYP has got this one. Obviously there could be penalties, but coming across the line, it's CYP who's going to win the Japanese Grand Prix from Harza, it seems, and it is true that CYP has won the race there. This second race in succession? No, it wasn't. Second race in 3. Rotards is going to come around in 3rd, Black November 4th, Pig 5th, Papel 6th when he gets round, Negan 7th with no front wing, so George might be able to get him here, so we've got a little bit of battle. You know, George has got no front wing himself, but Negan can bin this. This could be interesting. George has gone to Narnia trying to get Negan, but he's got to lock up into here. He's going a little bit too fast. George, don't do that, you bastard. George, you absolute plum. Why the hell would you do that? I just keep getting lucky. Looking at the standings though, 8 points is the difference between you and CYP, with Harza only 19 behind, so this could all go right down to the wire in terms of how this ends. This will all go down to the last race. George has left the session, so that's even less people in the lobby, so it might actually just be a straight out fight and end. Pretty much. There's people leaving all the time, obviously. Now we've only got 10 drivers left in here. And that will be the grid. CYP second. In the that's all I saw. I didn't really look at anything else, but because I wanted to get done for the timer. But yeah. USA, I think it's USA, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi, and that's it. I think, if I remember correctly. But this should be a interesting one. I wish I was taking part now. I mean, I don't think I'd have been a million miles away myself. Depends. I don't know. But someone has to commentate. I ain't driven for a couple of weeks either. But with with less drivers, obviously there's less competition. So less easier it is to get through the field. So it'll be interesting to see if Harza and CYP can make up that 8 points and 19 points or whatever it is they've got between you. 8 or 12 I think, or 8 19, something like that. Obviously we've still got some fast drivers. We've got your mum. I say fast drivers now, so I'll point out your mum straight away. We've got Frandy, Ninja Hazard is capable on his day of winning as well. But going to 5 red lights, CYP has pretty much got this one in the bag if he doesn't bin it, and it's lights out and away we go. And it's a pretty decent start by CYP going into turn 1. As you see, Rotards is going quite aggressive, going to take the widest line ever to try and keep out of trouble, but it doesn't help him as one of the Ferraris over there is in a bit of trouble. As there's going to be a big accident in here, I can feel it. Oh, there it is! Black November's gone to Narnia. Holy shit! Oh, and there's a Ferrari of whoever you are. Pepal, Pecky G, and Ninja Hazard, Harza, and Rotards is up into 3rd. Pepal's retired from the session. Nagani is in 2nd, but Rotards is going to go for 2nd place. And that is 2nd place now. It's a straight fight from CYP and Rotards. We haven't had this for a long time. Well, we haven't had it today in this lobby. You know, it's a straight fight out between the two Williams drivers. We've got Harza a little bit further back, so I don't expect him. But Nagani is going to try it down the inside, and it looks like he's got the position according to the map. And he has got the position. And maybe it isn't going to be a straight fight. It's not going to be as easy as Rotards may have thought. As CYP, if it does finish like this, CYP will take the lead of the championship. So it'd be interesting to see if Nagani can hold on from Rotards here. Negan. And oh my god. Frandy, you know better than that. As we've got Rotards still in 3rd behind the Red Bull. And down the inside goes Rotards on the gun, and as Connor Inverg has joined the session, and Rotards sounds like he's revving out in just 6th as your mum retires from the session, and Ninja Hazard retires from the session. So we've left with 5 drivers, Pake G, Harza, Nagan, and Rotards and CYP. So and obviously CYP looks like he's got this one done. But we're going to look at the 2 drivers of Harza and Nagan who are going for it, and it looks like that he has got the move, has Harza. Pig G is hanging on there in 5th place, but it's Connor Invig's actually joined the session, so he'll probably get a bit of racing as well in the end. As Harza now is in P3, and that should be, well, Nagan and Pig G. I feared the worst there. I don't know if they actually did come in contact, but I did fear the worst. As it looks like CYP's got this one on the bag. In outright pace, I think CYP's got this one. And this is what I expected really, CYP and outright pace to have Rotards. But in the pack, I think Rotards is a bit more ballsy of making a move, let's say. And it's the top 3, 1, 2, 3. The only difference is CYP is ahead of Rotards, which would be 7 points for CYP, which will put him 1 point behind Rotards as far as I know, from what I can remember. I'll go on board with a different car because yours sounds like it's revving out. The closest battle on track is Negan and Pig G. Your mum came back on track and I bounced off his side pod. Let's go on board with the leaders. It sounded very American. Let's go on board with the leaders. Don't know what accent that is, but I don't really care because CYP is going to come around the final corner and he's going to win the American Grand Prix. Unless he's got penalties. He's come around the final corner in the Williams. and it's a win, and he takes the fastest lap in the process. Well done CYP. Rotards comes home in second, Harza in third, Nigan in fourth, and Peik in fifth. So the championship, 1 point it is down to now. CYP has closed the gap, he's reeled Rotards in, and now it's 1 point between the two Williams drivers. This is going to go right down to the wire. I think there's only 2 rounds left, I think, of this season. So, oh, we forgot about Mexico. So 3 rounds left of this season, and it's all down to 1 point. So this could be extremely interesting to see how this goes. And it could just be a full out slug between the two. Who will slug it out better? We'll see. Also, it depends on good grid positions as well. Grid randomizer. Rotards on pole, Harza second, CYP third. Couldn't have put that better myself. We've got Connor who's just joined in 11th as well. Actually, no, that's just championship standings. Pause. And it doesn't even look like Marcus is going to get. Franny's going to get Marcus either in this championship race. Yeah, it's going to be very close. CYP, in my opinion, has the pace. You're a very fast driver, Rotas, no offense for that, but when he's in the groove, I don't see it. But that's my opinion. Black November is a being. Bising. What's a bising? It's going to be close. It's going to go down to the absolute wire, this one. I did not expect this. I thought one person would just run away from the Christmas Championship. But it would be very close. And the reward will be a Christmas Championship trophy on the website. Well done. And a bit of recognition on Twitter as well. So it's all to play for between them 3. But I think it's really between CYP and Rotards at this point. But we're going to go to 5 red lights. This is going to be extraordinary close Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go. Harza gets a decent start, and CYP does as well. And he's going to go to the inside of CYP, trying to get the move done already on Harza, trying to get up with Rotards as quick as possible. But here comes Black November out of nowhere. We're going to go on board with a couple of drivers, as that's very close between Negan and your mum. We're going to go board a bit further up, and CYP is still in second place, third place should I say, behind Harza, and we'll be looking to get this done pretty damn early to try and get at Rotards. I'm sure of it. Obviously he's on his new wheel as well, CYP, so it'll be interesting to see how he copes with the demands of that. But as you see in the corners, looking like Rotards has pulled an absolute mile away from CYP and Harza. CYP and Harza. And this is the same Nigan. But we're going to keep on board with the leaders, as Black November's actually keeping up with them quite nicely as well. It's nice to see. And coming around the final corner now, this looks like a great opportunity for now for CYP. He's going to go to the outside. He's going to come out the slipstream. Oh, there's contact! They're out! CYP is out. Harza and CYP have come together, and he is out the Grand Prix, and that could be curtains for CYP. His championship, as Harza has blown him up to absolute Narnia, and that That one is hard to call, but that is tragic. That is where it could have all ended for both of them. And Rotard is going to skip away into the distance. I'm going to probably go around and win this one. And win the championship. Can't believe it. And that is that. CYP will be fuming at that one. And I know that I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to leave you guys now for a minute. I need to go and get a drink. Right, I'm back. No, I'm not muted, but I was, I went for a drink mid-race, because I'm dying in the commentary box. And CYP will always be hoping that he can turn this gap around. I mean, it could all be curtains right now, if he doesn't get a good grid slot, or he needs a bit of luck. And I can tell you, he's not going to get in the luck, 'cause you're on pole again. And he is in 7th. I think if it's all over, I'll race the last one, but for a bit of a laugh, because I haven't had a race, and I'm a bit bored. See if I can win the last one, Abu Dhabi, and even though I hate Abu Dhabi. That's if you wrap it up. But it looks like it is now. You're on pole position. Right, this could be the championship decider, and it depends if your mum does what it promised and kills Rotards. It's lights out and away we go, and Marcus is not deciding to kill you, it seems. Into turn 1, the McLaren of Ninja Hazard goes deep and then does the switchback to pushes his teammate wide, and he's lost it, and that is an absolute massive crasher that kills everybody, including CYP, who hasn't got any front wing damage but is down into 6th, and Rotard has got the smooth, and it looks like he's going to win this Christmas Championship, the inaugural Christmas Championship. Disco is only 2 laps away from winning this now, as Ninja Hazard is in 2nd. Frandy will do all he can in 3rd, but that could be that. As we now go on to lap 2, this will be a pretty short race. So we're going on to lap 2, Rotard sets the first lap obviously. We've got Ninja in 2nd, Frandy 3rd, Pepal 4th, CYP 5th, Nigan 6th, Nigan, Peak G in 7th, Black November 8th, and Nigan has pitted. Harza is retired with your mum, who absolutely got a tank slapper on through the first couple of corners. But it looks like Rotard is going to come and win this Christmas Championship. He's driven it very consistently across the board. He had a couple of incidents that could have cost him, but overall, you've got to say, he's been the most consistent of everybody in this field today, without a doubt. CYP close 2nd. If he wouldn't have died in the last race, could he have done it? It'd have been touch and go, but he's been quite inconsistent. But yeah, 10.5 there from Rotards. Very fast lap indeed, not gonna lie. But he's coming on. He's on his last lap now. Obviously, we've got the battle behind between Ninja Hazard and Frandy Thompson, and these two are in the same party, so they'll be going hammer and tongue for this one. Hammer and nail, hammer and tongue, whatever. And it looks like Black November's pit as well. So CYP's up into 4th. And unfortunately, Rotard has to actually drop back a bit to. He has to not win the race, basically, to not win the champ. Basically, has to finish behind CYP. I don't know where I'm coming from, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. And Rotard's going to come around the last couple of corners now, and now he's going to come around the last theoretically corner on the track, and he's going to come around and he's going to win the inaugural Christmas Championship in SLR. Well done, Rotards. Clap, clap, clap. Ninja Hazard is going to come in 2nd. Frandy manages to get 3rd. CYP, after quite an eventful race there, came 4th. Pull in 5th. Peak in 6th. Nagani in 7th. 8th. But November. I'm going to take part in the last race because why not? We'll have a bit of competition. We'll have a bit of a random grid. I need some pedals out though. Stay. Stay, boy. Well, yeah, well done, Rotards. You've been the most consistent of everybody. It was anyone's today, to be honest, and you're the one that turned up and took it. And as you can see now, 38 points can't be bridged. So, one last race. Let's have a bit of fun. Abu Dhabi, you know. Don't mind Abu Dhabi. I mean, it's not my favourite track. It's not my worst on this track, on this game. On F1 2016, I hated it, but 17, it's not too bad. Yeah. So let's unspectate. Getting the Tauros out. Host. Grid editor. Random. I don't know, I've already done it. Oh, I'm happy for you. I mean, if we'd had better drivers, then yeah. I suppose if we had Technica here as well, and other people like us, and also Mike Nuki was quite quick. He's really quick as well from Tier 2. If he was here, maybe a different story. But obviously these guys couldn't make it, so we had to do what we got. Abu Dhabi, let's have a bit of fun for the last one. Alongside Adam on the grid. I haven't done any racing today, so I'm a bit rusty. But and I haven't done any racing since Hungary. We all know how that went. So also I'm not wearing socks. I'm just using bare feet. Burp. Last time. Oh, that was close. This is interesting. That was quite close. Well, that's the end of my year. Just got battered. Back to spectating, that lasted 1 lap. I was the second, Rotard's third. I think we need to have a word about driving etiquette, I think. That's definitely something that needs to happen. I need to have a go at everybody, I think, in general. That was just not right, was it? I know it's said anything this one. I'm just a bit shell shocked to what's just happened. Obviously, I've just witnessed it for myself. Pay. I didn't even drive that bad over that last one lap. You know? It's got destroyed. As long as you don't get top 3 in Black November, I'm not gonna. Obviously, you're not gonna get no recognition for it. Obviously, on Twitter, I'll put CYP, Harzen, thing you got top 3. But that's it. That's the Christmas Championship. Obviously, it didn't end well for me there. It's been interesting. It's been interesting to see what the tier 2 guys like, 'cause I haven't really watched them, so it's hard to judge. But for what I can see, something that there's lots of things to be talked about with the stewards, and it'd be interesting to see what happens. Obviously with Black November, don't know. I'd say, but well done, Rotards. You are the Christmas Championship champion, with CYP second, Harzer third. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, PG. Lots to be thought about on my side, but yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Cameron Evans, can I join? If you have PS4, Cameron, message me on PS4 and we'll see what we can do. Nene0327 is my PS4 name. If you message me on PS4, then we will see what we can do. And I will we'll be putting stuff on Twitter for champions and stuff like that. And also there'll be a Christmas trophy very shortly coming your way on the SLR website. And yeah, until next year, guys, I'm Nene07. Whoops, daisy. And I'm out. I'm out here. Goodbye.